still fighting the storm. Hearts full of pain, but we're trying to transform. Mental health matters, can push it aside. We're more than survivors, we're meant to rise. Give us the care, not just the blame, cause healing begins when you call it by name. Stop the bullying, don't look away. Stop being silent, just speak up today. We're still breathing, we're still breathing. Fighting the storm and trying to transform. Fighting the storm and trying to transform. Fighting the storm and trying to transform. Fighting the storm and trying to transform.
Hello and welcome to MCRE. Making change requires everyone. I'm Kajol-Ann.
And I'm Shandelle.
And I'm Kerry.
Today our topic is being bullied based on race and culture. It's not very talked about, so McCray is here to talk about it. Being bullied is one of the worst things on earth, and on top of it, being bullied based on your race and culture. As a matter of fact, in Quebec, a ledger poll found that over 50% of racialized youth have faced discrimination or bullying based on their race, religion, or culture. That's half of our youth, our young people here, guys, in our communities. It's concerning how high these percentages are.
It's also very concerning how many children are experiencing bullying based on their culture and race. I saw on UBC News that around 14% of youth ages 12 to 17 years old report experiencing bullying. Shockingly, these rates are twice as high amongst Indigenous youth. It's very concerning how many children are experiencing bullying based on the culture and race. Unfortunately, I feel that authorities and other adults often overlook this issue or minimize it. They do not realize bullying is already hard enough, but when it's tied to your identity, your skin color, your language, your religion, and tradition, it can be very devastating. Do you think adults are to blame entirely?
Well, I think adults hold the majority of the blame because the behavior doesn't just spawn in from nowhere. The youth don't automatically, they're not born hating, wanting to bully other youth for the color of the skin or their culture or whatnot. They learned or saw that behaviors from an adult authority. And behavior like that, and just because you see that behavior doesn't mean you want to automatically do it. So the youth obviously are not innocent. So I would say it's 20% the fault of the youth and 80% the fault of the adults.
That's a really good point, and I agree. It's not always on the adults, but they do have a big role to play. Like, some adults tell the kids, yeah, these people are not good for you, these people are not good for you. And, it really has an impact on the children. But I also think a lot of bullying today is not just happening face-to-face, it's moved online. Social media, group chats, gaming platforms, you name it. And that makes it a lot harder to notice, especially for parents and teachers who might not be as involved in digital spaces. So I'm wondering, do you think cyberbullying is more damaging than in-person bullying, or are they just two sides of the same problem?
Oh, good question. Very good question. In my opinion, I think both of them are entirely the same. I mean, it's basically bullying. It's no other difference. It could be racial slurs, it could be discrimination, like you name it. It's basically the same thing. So that's my opinion on that.
I disagree. I think there's a big difference between the two. Cyberbullying can happen wherever you're, at your home, in the comfort of your home, at school, wherever, in a park, wherever. But physical bullying, it mostly happens at school or where the bullies are. So it's not the same.
I personally agree with you on some part, but disagree on you on the other part.
That's right.
Personally, I think that in-person bullying is way worse because it could be physical, verbal, sexual, mental. There's a lot of ways to get bullied in person. Yet, cyberbullying, it's usually just text. People just post things on you online, and you can turn off your device, not be addicted to the screen, and take a nap. Or you could go read a book and, get more knowledge. I do agree on you that in-person bullying and cyberbullying are two different things, but I don't agree with you on the fact that cyberbullying is worse.
On another note, it's really unfortunate to know that people are being bullied based on their faith or religion. Some are being bullied for their practices, such as praying, wearing a hijab, wearing a turban, or fasting. Some people who have symbols of their religions reported being targeted and forced to remove them.
Yeah, I think when people are bullied for the way they express their faith or culture, it's not just teasing; it's a form of discrimination. These are parts of someone's identity, and being forced to hide it can seriously affect the way they view themselves. I've noticed that sometimes schools or even workplace have rules or quote unquote dress codes that make it harder for people to express their culture or religion openly. So my question is, do you think institutions are doing enough to protect the cultural and religious expression?
Um, when you say institutions, I take it like schools and workplaces, correct?
Yeah.
Personally, I think schools, they do something, but not enough. Like, you could go to school wearing a hijab and they won't say anything because, well, most schools, they're just like, okay, it's a religious thing. We can't really just be like, go home, change. Like, I go to school wearing a cross. They don't say anything. So I think schools do something, but sometimes, like, someone could get bullied for wearing hijab, and schools would see it and just be like, oh, well. Or be like, don't do that. And then the next time, don't do that. And it just keeps going. The cycle keeps continuing. You bully, they say don't do that. You wait a week and you do it again. So they do something, but not enough. And as for workplaces, I don't work, so I can't really comment on that. But I think, workplaces is kind of the same concept. They do something, but I don't think they do enough.
I would say that for schools, it would mostly be private schools that probably have an issue with allowing religious and cultural expression because, well, they usually have stricter rules, stricter dress codes, and whatnot. So, yeah.
Yeah, I agree with some parts of what you guys are saying. And it is true, like, institutions don't really do as much as I would probably like them to do, or some students would like them to do, which is very sad and very weird, because, like, why, But in a way, I guess there's really no excuse for that, I would not say, but I can see the reasoning to that. I mean, probably to have reasons to why they would not try to intervene, but I don't know. Me personally, I would intervene if I was like a teacher, because that is a very hard topic to kind of address or shut it down, or just view it as like it's not important. But yeah, I mean, I agree with you, on how, like you said, it's like they don't really care about it, which is true. Unfortunately, yeah, it's very sad, But yeah.
Well, everyone, that's the end of segment 1 on the topic of racialized bullying. We thank you for your time and interest. I'm Kajol-Ann.
And Shandelle.
And Kerry.
Until next time, remember,
Making change requires everyone.